And I've started by using a full coverage foundation, which for me is the Surreal Skin by Urban Decay. And it comes with this little brush, which is brilliant because it's so quick and it gets enough product on. So I've put some on, and the reason I want full coverage is because I'm suffering a few sort of cystic breakouts that I get every month without fail. So full coverage is good to just block out any redness. Now you can do this after you've done the makeup, but I'm going to do it beforehand. So that's foundation, and to start this look is super easy. I'm taking a Kajal, and this one is just one by Sleek, and it's the purple one, and it's really easy to use. Just sort of twist it up. Mine's a little bit tight, and just sort of, if you haven't used it in a while, it might have this sort of film on it, so just rub it gently to get down to the nice colour underneath. And I'm just rubbing it on a tissue because I haven't used it in a while. And also, if I haven't used it in a while, I want to make sure it's clean. Not that I've used it on anyone else, but I would have used it in that manner. So it's been near my eye. Goodness knows what's going on there. So I've given it a good clean by just wiping it on this tissue. That's the colour, so you can see it's nice and intense. Really easy to use. Just twist it up like this, pop it between your lashes and just flick it through, and it will actually just coat the waterlines really easily. Just be careful not to poke yourself in the eye. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take a small bit of primer over the eyelid, just a touch, and just pop that on. Until that starts to feel kind of dry. Just keep going, keep rubbing and smoothing it on. You can use a brush, but always check with your fingers first. See whether it's ready. It feels a little bit slippery, but kind of dry and grabby at the same time. It is a real cheap and cheerful eyeshadow from MUA, but you can see why I was attracted to it, because it's this really dark, intense purple. This is to stay within the confines of your natural shape when you're adding the colour. So I'm just making it really deep and dark, and it does not take a lot with this eyeshadow. It's very, very pigmented. And I'm just going up to not even the crease. I've left a little gap here. This is a superb party look, and it's kind of if you can use this word, friendlier than black, because if you are single and you want to meet somebody, a full-on smoky eye can be a little bit intimidating, I feel. Some others may not have that opinion, and it's personal taste really. But this purple, I just find it's beautiful without being too overpowering. Make sure you take it really close to the lash line. You can see there's a little space here. We don't want that. So I'm going in really close to get it. And go along the bottom lash line as well. I'm just kind of feathering it along. And I'm going to take a sort of a champagne gold coloured eyeshadow, which is this one by Kiko. Bamboo. These are so light, these bamboo brushes. And they're just really nice for blending. So just start under the brow, because you want to kind of blend that bit first to get your highlight in. And it's not too shimmery, this, which is why I went for a champagne rather than a frosty sort of colour. So that's the top bit done. Literally just gone over there to give myself a nice bit of highlight. And now I'm going to go into the socket and gently start to blend that upwards and really move that shadow along. I'm not going to take any from the lash line, and if I need to add some more, then I will. I think I will. I go back with my flat brush And I haven't worked with this MUA shadow before, so sometimes you need to just have a little play to see how they're going to react to being blended, or even just on your skin, to primers. This just seems to lock down onto my primer and they're not that blendable. And now blend. Just a dome brush, I'm going to grab some of that and now begin to smoke out the lower lash line. See, this is so easy, you just need 2 eyeshadows and a Kajal pencil, or even just a regular pencil. Lift it up at the corners. A lot of people make the mistake of just going straight out, which doesn't always work. If you find it makes your eyes look droopy, then lift them up at the corners, and I'll show you a trick in a moment of how to really lift them up and open them out. So that's what we're doing. I'm going up to this bone here because otherwise it will just overhang, and I need to push it back with this dark eyeshadow. But there, it's looking kind of moody. Kind of good and kind of moody. So to flick upwards, just follow your eye along and go up towards the end of your eyebrow. So yes, I've spent a long time blending, but you can see that that really gives you that intense look without looking like you've been punched in the face if you've just gone with the crayon. So you just need it to look quite blended out. Take your champagne colour and an angled brush, dip in, and we're going onto the inner corner just a touch. See, let's open that out immediately. Just give you a little close set. And then on the outer corner, I'm just going to open out, just gonna lift that up and give myself a little bit more highlight by following the wing, but also taking it down. So we're almost drawing a little triangle like this. Now, nothing goes better with a dark smoky eye than plenty of lovely highlighter. So I'm just going to use the e.l.f. Shimmering Facial Whip, and this is in Citrus. Now you need hardly any. It's not even, you know, by the time you've squeezed it out, that's too much. So just take like that, the teeny tiniest dab. I'm going to take some down the nose and rub that in. And you always think, oh, but I can't see it, but you will be able to see it. Tops of the cheekbones, like this. It's so intense, this stuff, that you have to either build it up, just go very easy with it. Now, take some down the Cupid's bow. You see it's pushed it out. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want to, sometimes it's a little off-putting. Now on the lips, I'm going to use a really dark colour, and I think this one is called, let's see, Reckless Ruby. This is an excellent brush, I really like it. It comes in a nice slim tube, and then you unpack it and put the rest on, but it's big, it's really big but tapered and quite dense, so it's wonderful. It's an absolutely brilliant brush. I'm going to take this Reckless Ruby and begin to just shape out, draw my shape on the lips. So you can see I'm working the brush. I start with the edge, like so, to draw the edge, then flip over to the flat to fill in. Now this is a very sort of intense look. Not necessarily everyone's cup of tea. I'm doing this and not looking in the mirror. How reckless. We've popped on some highlight, but we have no blusher. I'm not going to put any blusher on actually, but I am going to use a matte bronzer to just give my face some shape. So smile, and then just go slightly higher to trace out those cheekbones. So I'm actually going along the cheekbone because when I drop, it'll be in the right place. I think that's weird, but it's true. A nice traced out line, and then just blend it like crazy. You need to blend it to stop it looking dirty. It's really picked it up well on this camera. So there you go. By just going, it picks out the natural contour of the cheek, which I had, but it was completely covered by a full coverage foundation. Now, if you find that a little bit scary and you think, uh-oh, that's a bit heavy, grab your foundation. You don't need to fill up again, but take the brush or the sponge or whatever you used and simply tone it down with that. So I'm toning it down. There you go, it's much more wearable now. Clean up under the eyes as well. No concealing needed with this. And I've already filled in my eyebrows. I just need to put on some mascara, or skip that completely and use lashes. Take my favourite at the moment, which is by Alva, and it's their water resistant formula, which is really good. It's good because I find it doesn't dry out my lashes like some waterproofs can. Okay, those are really good, really sort of pump that. Give some great curl. All the way to the end. See, those are really curled now. False lashes would look really good with this, but I'm not going to put any on right now. Maybe I'll put them on later. There we go. And then pump those lashes. Loads of mascara. Because you won't be able to see your lashes otherwise, you need a lot more mascara. And this has a nice, thick but smooth formula. And it really works. Get those lashes, get them all, top and bottom. Really get them showing up. You can see the difference. But that is my intense purple smoky look. I hope you like it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.